On today's episode of the Outlet Podcast, we will be discussing Game Over, the games that I've recently played, and spoiler culture or destroyer culture. You are listening to the Outlet Podcast, episode 15, Connect and Recharge. All right. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Hello. You are listening to the Outlet Podcast, episode 15, Spoiler Culture or Destroyer Culture. It's an interesting name for the main topic of this episode. All right, you guys. So I'm getting back into the swing of things, and so one of the things I have to do is definitely talk about the games that I have been playing. So right now we're going to go like straight into our game over segment. I'll be covering Metal Gear Solid and Star Wars Battlefront. All right, so this is my podcast, and what I'm doing, I am periscoping live, and I'm also recording via my recording equipment. So this is what you can do. You can find me on Twitter, Outlet Podcast, on Facebook, facebook.com/outlet podcast. So it's great to see you guys. Thank you very much. All right. So, just like I said recently in previous episodes, that I was really excited to play Metal Gear Solid 5. It was one of my favorite franchises of all time when I was growing up. It changed gaming for me because before that I was mostly a sports gamer, and I wasn't like a storyline. I didn't want to get like supremely invested in a game. And then along came Metal Gear Solid, Solid Snake, and that just tripped me out. I mean, when you first start off, you're going, you're trying to find a way to like enter this facility. You're like stepping on the snow. They see your snow prints, or they see your footprints in the snow. They the cigarette to the cigarette smoke to shine the lasers that you can't cross. This game was revolutionary for me. I loved Metal Gear Solid 5. It was great. Well, Metal Gear Solid the franchise. Then they started to do Sons of Liberty, and they focused more on Raiden. And Raiden was not that bad. I mean, he was pretty cool. Everyone was really down on Raiden. They were like, focus on back on Solid Snake. And then the franchise started to focus on the previous Snakes. You had Snake Eater, and now you have Metal Gear 5, and you're actually playing as Big Boss. So, with Metal Gear 5, it was unbelievably long. Metal Gear 5 was crazy, crazy long. I did enjoy it though. I hated the repetition of the game. It seemed like you had to constantly do the same things over, rescue the same people over and over again. In like you can do it a different way, obviously, and that was not bad. And you had the rocket arm, which you could develop, or I never used the walker gear. Personally, I started it off Major Horse. I loved Diamond Horse. Diamond Dog was great. Silent, she was cool for the sake of like sniping people from a distance. And if you're watching on Periscope, hey, how you doing, you guys? So I did enjoy Metal Gear Solid that way. It was not that bad. It was kind of cool in that respect. But it wanted to envelop you into this franchise. It wanted you to be like supremely invested in this story. And me personally, I'm just like a passive gamer. I do like to have a great story that'll lead me on. If you're on Periscope, let me know what you think. I don't mind being led on, as long as the story is just like driving me into like awesome content and making me think. And Metal Gear has always done that for me. I've always been rewarded in that regard. But it seemed that this Metal Gear wanted to be something more. And what they were doing is like the repetitive gameplay. I just couldn't buy into the repetitive gameplay. I'm like, okay, I gotta, all right, I gotta, like, rescue this hostage, or I gotta interrogate this person, I gotta blow up these tanks, I gotta do all these things over and over again. I didn't like that, and that just really didn't appeal to me. The boss battles were not too bad. Uh, if you know the Metal Gear Solid franchise, you know that the boss battles were it. When you got to fight against Revolver Ocelot or Gray Fox, when you got to go against Vamp or Sniper Wolf was amazing. Or all these huge major boss battles that actually had you think. Oh my goodness, I was so excited, and I was not very happy with the boss battles in Metal Gear Solid 5. Would I recommend it to you? Definitely. I would definitely recommend it, Metal Gear Solid 5 to you. Because, now it's cheap. I think they were like Black Friday, it was like 50, it was like $35. So I recommend you go for it. It seemed that Kojima wanted to make the game more. He wanted more online capability, and so they recently came out that there's this whole nuclear disarmament thing campaign that's going on. So you can like go to other people's platforms and you can like take their nukes or something like that, or disarm their nukes. I'm just trying to play a game. I'm not really trying to. This is why I'm not necessarily a Fallout person. I know that's gonna take a lot of hits. I know that's gonna take a lot of slack, you guys. I know you're not gonna like that, but the truth, in my opinion, is just that I can't buy in. I don't want to invest so much in a game. Like I just want to be like Grand Theft Auto 5. Just get in, get out, play some online crazy fun like maps. I want to do that. Races. I want to do all the. That's what I'd rather do. Prefer. Arkham Knight was amazing for me. In short, despite the glitch that had me play the game at 50% all the way from 50%, I was already at 98%. I had to go all the way back, but it was not that bad. I recommend Arkham Knight if you haven't played it. It's a great game, definitely is. Should be a contender for greatest game of 2015, and that's my personal opinion. So not everybody carries that same opinion, but it is what it is. So another game that I downloaded the beta, and I don't really agree a lot with it. It's fun, but I haven't shelled out the money. Is Star Wars Battlefront. Okay, I don't like the. Okay, visually, this game is outstanding. Visually, it's amazing. The fact that EA Sports got it right with the visuals, they got it right with the audio, they got it right with the character designs. They got Hoth looks beautiful. It's unrivaled with how amazing it is. I loved it, but some things that I don't prefer is that it punishes it punishes experienced gamers, and it rewards amateurs. You see, it's like because it's an EA. I don't know if it's an EA Sports thing, but they balanced it out, and that sounds like it's fair, But when you talk about the online gaming community, we automatically segregate ourselves. I do not want to play like if I want to be a great gamer, then I want to play. Even though I play noobs, I do want to grow up and go intermediate. I want to go higher and get up to the upper echelons. However, the gaming community segregates itself. If you're good at Madden 15, for example, or if you're good at it, that's what you do, and you do it hard, and you only play against the best competition, and you have a basis of having played it before, so you know certain tricks and you know stuff, right? So with Battlefront, it punishes experienced gamers like those who play Call of Duty or Battlefield. It's not the same gaming experience, so I feel it kind of punishes them, and I love watching great gameplay. I watch Funhouse just for fun. I'm not saying they're great gamers, but what I do love watching the dudes on Funhouse just do random games. I love watching Achievement Hunter, and I can go down the list of the guys that I watch who do really fun gameplay. However, Star Wars Battlefront, there's no amazing, awesome tricks, to it. So, but if you want a definitive Star Wars game, then I urge you, get this game. You'll be unbelievably satisfied. Now, some people have said that it was rushed out way too fast, and that was because they wanted to get it before the movie. With that opinion, that someone shared that opinion with me. With that, I say, are you serious? Because Star Wars is Star Wars. It's always gonna be fun. It's always gonna be amazing. Everyone's gonna love Star Wars. It's one of the most iconic franchises. It dwarfs, in my personal opinion, it dwarfs Indiana Jones. Transformers obviously cannot compare. It can rival even James Bond as a movie franchise. Star Wars can. Yes, they can. If you let me know what you think on Periscope, but it's my personal opinion that Star Wars, it's just the classic story. I mean, and these, you got Mark Hamill, like, who is like the quintessential, like he is Luke, and apart from the Star Wars Empire, the Star Wars storyline, he's also the Joker. He does the voice of the Joker, so it's like, man, he does both spectrums of it. So it's like, wow, my gosh, he's so, Star Wars is great. I'm just like going way over my head. I love Star Wars, and I can't wait till Force Awakens happens. It's sad that people want to go and throw a race card. Like, what's up with this? Why is one of the stormtroopers black or something? That's not one of the arguments that I want to get into. I think that's just really stupid that we're an advanced society. We're an advanced culture. We're aware. We're enlightened. America, we have advanced 300 years. In our 300 years of as a nation, we've surpassed other nations as far as enlightenment and integrity and values and morals. I feel that we've like progressed so far ahead, apart from other nations, with the fact that we are a melting pot. And it's my personal opinion, not bashing any other countries, because we're all one world. There you go. So without further ado, I just want to get into the main topic of spoiler culture or destroyer culture, and we're gonna get into that real quick. So right now, I have a little buffer going on in my Boss Jock app I got on my iPad Mini. So in this time I usually get some water. I'll be doing better periscopes when I get better equipment. Right now I'm just using my phone. So gotta get my water real quick, and I gotta get back to it. You can find me on Twitter, outletpodcast.com, at Outlet Podcast. On Facebook, you can find me facebook.com/Outlet Podcast. On YouTube, Periscope, on iTunes, SoundCloud. You can download the RSS feed, and you can find me there. That's where I upload all my podcasts. All right, time to get back in. All right, you guys. So this recently, it came to my mind just today because it shell-shocked me that one of the great basketball players of our time, Kobe Bryant, he announced his retirement. Now, this is the first time I'm actually talking sports, and I'm a huge sports fanatic. I love Florida. I'm a huge Florida team supporter. Soccer, international. Soccer is my sport. I prefer soccer so much more than any other sport, and I'm glad that in America we're embracing soccer and the soccer mindset. Here, especially in Orlando, Florida, we have one of the great MLS teams, Orlando City, and we've done really good for our first expansion into the MLS. We got Brazilian superstar World Cup champion Kaká, Ricardo Kaká. He's a Brazilian soccer player. He's amazing, and I just can't wait to see what it will happen when it comes to soccer in America this year. But at this moment, in this present time, in this juncture, if you will, we gotta get a little bit somber because Kobe Bryant recently announced that at the end of the 2015-2016 season, he will be retiring. And that should cause you to kind of like meditate and just, I'm not saying like make this into a bigger deal than what it is. I mean, but I think we should give it the proper pomp and circumstance that it deserves. And online, you've seen the trolls. The trolls already put up pictures. The trolls will always put up pictures of This one they had Kobe Bryant. It was very poetic. His the letter that he wrote about his announcement. However, they in the meme picture they had a basketball hoop that said, "Kobe, my rim hurts from you hitting it so much. You're denting it," and it's like, are you serious? Like, who is talking here? Like, I'm 29 years old. I've seen Kobe Bryant since like his first inception into the NBA, and I've seen like the hype at its highest with Kobe Bryant. He was unstoppable. You could not stop Kobe Bryant. He almost got Wilt Chamberlain with 100 points. I think he had like 89 points. He had an 89-point game. Let me know if you're on Periscope, because I think Kobe Bryant did have an 89-point game. So I was kind of shell shocked that that he announced his retirement. I guess what happens is that although he knows he can shoot, he knows he can dunk, crossover. I bet you he can do that too. He can screw up. He can like juke the best college player right now. Personally, that's my opinion. Um, but his body's just not responding, and I hate to see that. I hate to see one of my heroes, as far as one of the great players of my generation, go because his body can't take it anymore. I mean, Kobe Bryant has been injury plagued in the past couple years, and the to see him struggle, it's just heartbreaking. And the trolls, the analysts, the commentators, everybody was talking, and they were judging, and I can't stand it. And then uh, that's what I want to talk about. Either that we're a destroyer culture, that we destroy the heroes that we've created, we destroy them, or are we more of a spoiler culture? So what I'm gonna do is just go straight into this topics. So there's two things we do these days that we've never done before. We've never done this. Like maybe in the 80s, 90s, even the early 90s, this wasn't really done. I mean, hero stories have always been hero stories. People overcoming difficulties in sports and just overachieving despite adversity. You got the Red Sox finally winning the World Series kind of thing. Like this stuff. The Florida Marlins when we won, that was amazing. I believe it's Dontre Willis, amazing pitcher, but he ended up just flaking out over a few years. However, like, do we do that? Like, are we like we've never spoiled things before. I mean, with the advent now of technology, so many people are just like spoiler crazy, and journalism is all lost. There is no journalism anymore. Like in gaming, in the gaming realm, it's not about getting information from content providers or developers like EA Sports or Bungie. No one wants to get information and just get a story. Everybody wants to get when's the next Bioshock, or when's the next Fallout, and it's like we ask the same questions over and over again until until we get the answers that we want. We just like throw ourselves over, and it's like, are you serious? Like, is that all? The journalism is more than just trying to find out when is the next XYZ coming out. It's Journalism is far more important. I mean, we can go into the freedom of this press, but I'd like to make it more lighthearted. This conversation about gaming journalism and journalism in sports. We ask the same questions, and it's like, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we trying to spoil so much? Like, for example, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. There has Mark Hamill has kept his mouth shut. Like, there's only been one, not like a leak, but there's been one image, and I presume it's him because the original R2D2 is right there, and I see a metal hand glove claw thing, so I assume that's Luke. But apart from that, I'm just I'm avoiding YouTube so hard right now. I'm avoiding Machinima when they report stuff about Star Wars movies in general. I'm avoiding that. I'm avoiding Yahoo News, entertainment, any type of entertainment news. I'm just like trying to avoid it. Like I don't want to have it spoiled. I don't want Wonder Woman. Like, I know it's gonna be amazing. Just like keep the present underneath the Christmas tree until it's time to, until it's time to actually unwrap the present. Like, don't spoil it. Why do we insist on spoiling things? Like, everybody when on The Walking Dead, I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to like spoil it if you haven't watched it. But one of the big issues had revolved around Glenn. So it's like, what happened to Glenn? What happened to Glenn? I'm trying to be as vague as I possibly can. So I'm definitely trying to just like guard your heart on this one, you guys. Um, I don't want to see images of it spoiled. I don't want to know. Like, why would we do that? I don't know. Like, never before have never before have we done this as a society. Just like trying to spoil the enjoyment of someone else for the sake of what? Like vainglory? Or are we so prideful that we want to be the ones who announce it publicly? And it's like, do you just want to be seen like you solved it? Is that it? Like, I just don't want to see it. I don't want to have Superman v Batman spoiled. I don't do not do that to me. For those who are watching, as you can see, I'm a huge comic book fan. I love comic books. I love anime. I'm a huge anime dude. Music. The Outlet Podcast is a podcast based on inspirational entertainment, because I do like to inspire and actually talk about things that actually matter in society. So that's how far we've come with spoilers, you know. And now let's go into talk about more of the heroes, because it's not just Kobe Bryant who we're just like crapping on. And before I talk about the next person, let me just share some stats with you of Kobe Bryant. Bryant is the first guard, and I'm quoting ESPN.go.com. I'm quoting them. Top stats to know: Kobe Bryant's statistical legacy. So Bryant is the first guard to play 20 NBA seasons and the first to play 20 seasons with one franchise. He'll be remembered as at his peak as a great scorer and tenacious defender and a winner. He won 5 NBA titles, is a 17-time All-Star, second most selections, trailing only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's 19, and 11 first team All NBA selection, tied with Karl Malone of his time. Karl Malone and John Stockton. If you don't know, I want you to just YouTube it right now. If you're periscoping, don't YouTube it. I want you guys to stay here. But YouTube Karl Malone and John Stockton, and you're gonna see a great team. And what Karl Malone and John Stockton that was Kobe Bryant and Shaq. But Kobe Bryant was like more vicious than John Stockton was. So Bryant was not shy to shoot. He ranks as the NBA's all-time leader in missed shots. Most points scored in Lakers history. Kobe Bryant gets it. He's 32,670, and Jerry West is like skunked because he only has like 25,192. And all the way at the bottom of this list currently is Magic Johnson with 17,707. Kobe Bryant outshined them all. Now, you can say, oh, Kobe Bryant came really young into the league. Yeah, he did. But he was facing against Michael Jordan. YouTube that yourself, too. Because you're going to see, like, this young up-and-comer not shy away from the greatest, arguably, the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. Regardless of his off-court antics and the things that he's done, regardless, personally, I feel that he is the greatest of all time. Kobe Bryant, he played and fought against Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, one of the purest shooters of all time. The only shooter that can compare to Reggie Miller at this moment is Steph Curry. And Steph Curry still has a way to go, in my opinion, personally. But Steph Curry, I mean, he is showing fruit, and the dude is amazing. Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, Paul Pierce, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant has defended against them all. Like we like trounce this guy. We like we like, oh, you cheated on your wife, and you know, you suck, Kobe, you suck. And it's like, no, he doesn't. Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest players of all time, all time. And we just like ostracize. There are some people now who are just ostracizing the dude, um, just because this is all he knows. And I'm not saying he's a fool, but basketball is what he knows and what he loves, and we should properly attribute like awareness to that. The fact that one of the greats of our time is going to step down. I mean, obviously the NBA has a number of great stars. They do, but we need to make mention and watch this star, you know, implode and become a black hole. You know, we just need to just watch it and just properly attribute it, because he actually deserves it. You know, there's not many NBA players. Tim Duncan, I guess you can say. Kevin Garnett, you can go and say Allen Iverson did deserve it. Allen Iverson was amazing. He brought street ball. I mean, his crossovers were vicious and disgusting over some people. I mean, even though the Orlando Magic did have Skip Tumalu, and Skip Tumalu was an amazing. He was doing great point guard work for the Magic when we went against the Lakers, but we decided to put in Jameer Nelson, who decided to play point guard with his back turned to everything going on. How do you play point guard when you can't see? I don't know. And that's the sound of the Orlando Magic fan in me just screaming at this ridiculous franchise, who's kind of getting it up anyways. So another star that we're kind of like ostracizing and making fun of is Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Now I don't want to throw out money statistics at you. She's very wealthy and she deserves it. She inspired with the being a do nothing bee. Like, you know, she inspired that whole, you know, thing, and she was selling the T-shirts of that stuff. So that was Ronda Rousey, and she only had one loss, yo. She's 28 years old. She's by far from done. If she wants to get into other things, like if she wants to do movies, she's beautiful. She can do movies if that's what she wants. I would love to see her just do what she wants, and like I think fighting is what she wants to do. So Ronda Rousey's like skunking so many people. Let me just throw some stats at you, because she's had 12 wins, 1 loss. We know what the loss was, by a KO. Vicious KO, man. I felt so bad for her. I mean, I can talk a little bit of UFC. I don't know why she wanted to go toe to toe. I mean, she tried to take it on the ground, but Holly Holmes knew that was something she wanted to do, and she just kept Rousey on her feet. And when you're standing on your feet against a boxer, just beware. And I'm sorry, like Rousey just embarrassed other fighters, but not a championship boxer like Holly Holm was. So, but anyways, of the 12 wins, 3 were by knockout, and 9 were by submission. We all know she loves doing the arm, the straight arm bar. She loves arm bars. So her last against Beth Correa, it was a KO, knockout, punch. The first round, 34 seconds. The fight before that, straight arm bar submission, 14 seconds. Fight before that, knockout by punches in 16 seconds. Fight before that, knee to the body, TKO in the first round, 1 minute 6 seconds. Fight before that, this one lasted a little longer. 3 rounds in the third, in the 58 seconds. Like in the 58 seconds, she got an armbar submission. Fight before that with Liz Comanche, a straight armbar. Fights before that was first round, 4 minutes 49 seconds. 54 seconds straight armbar. 4 minutes in the first round. Everything is in like the first round, and she loses one fight out of the 12. She did more. Ronda Rousey did more for women's fighting. She can rival Layla Ali as far as giving notoriety to fighters. I mean, Layla Ali, obviously, she's from pedigree. She's, her father, one of the greatest men, one of the greatest men in America. And I think we should attribute that to Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. I think that's something that we should attribute to him, because he is one of the greatest Americans in our history. I think so, and I don't feel that I should shy away from saying that. So that's Layla Ali, but Ronda Rousey has become a common name, household name. Everybody knew her, and then she loses one fight, and just like the Joker says, everyone loses their minds. Are you serious? Why so serious? Like, one fight, and we ostracize her, we laugh at her, we say that she's good for nothing. So we destroy our heroes, and we spoil the things that are supposed to bring us joy. So my question to you, like viewer and audience, my question is that do you want to change that? Because you can. If you have the knowledge, you don't need to post it up online. Or you don't have to give that video that like or that view at all. It's something that I've been practicing personally, and I'm not trying to like preach it like a gospel or anything. I'm just saying that I've learned to treasure certain things, and like if it really means something to me, I just want to hold on to it and just give it the proper consecration that it deserves. Like I watched some videos on YouTube about Ronaldo, one of the greatest Brazilian soccer players of all time, and I saw the injury that just took him down. And man, if you want to see a hero, I don't believe that you should call people gods or icons, but if you just want to see like a hero of sport, like a founding father, just an amazing athlete, if you just want to see them if you see them go down, man, it's just so hard to watch. It's a tragedy. It's a travesty. Like, I just saw Ronaldo just everybody in the stadium, everyone shut up. This is Ronaldo, one of the greatest soccer. I'm not talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm talking Brazilian Ronaldo, the first Ronaldo. And like, you just watch him. He if you don't know, Ronaldo didn't go to high school. He didn't go to school. He didn't go to college. Like, I guess in elementary school, yeah, but after like middle school in Brazil, he started playing soccer, and he focused on soccer, and he has played with some of the most elite soccer teams in the world. Real Madrid. He's played for Barcelona. He's played obviously for the Brazilian national team. He's done all these great. He's played for Inter Milan in Italy, and man, it just, like, I saw it and I'm like, there goes my hero. Foo Fighters was playing in the background, and I'm just like mourning. I'm sighing a little bit because I'm like, dang, dude, there he goes. Everyone knows, like, when you're a legend, people reverence you. I mean, Sting coming back, when he first came back to the like, me personally, I preferred the WCW as opposed to WWE. WWE, I loved it when it was WWF. The red, white, and blue ropes, the blue cage, not the chain link metal cage. The WWE, in my opinion, has just been like bastardized, and it's like it's disgusting to watch. I don't want to watch wrestling. I don't watch wrestling anymore. Even though the Randy Orton RKO vines are amazing, they're very funny. You watch them if you get a chance on YouTube. But I digress. The way you can stop this, and not be a part of this spoiler culture or the destroyer culture, is choose not to like partake in conversations where we run people down. Everybody falls short because we forget that we're human beings, and as the Bible says, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Whether you want to believe that to be scripture and holy, it still makes mention that everybody messes up. And sometimes it's a tragedy when people mess up horribly, really, really bad. Michael Vick, but we've all forgiven Michael Vick, right? Hopefully. Anybody? Right now I got a cricket sound going on the FX. I love this Boss Jock app. So, what do? Let's just do that. Let's not partake in running people down. Let's like hold them up and lift them up. Like I'm gonna read a book in the future, not now. I'm currently involved in a book club, the Outlet Podcast Book Club. It's not the title. I mean, it's just me and a couple friends. But if you'd like to join, we're reading the diary of a young girl, written by Anne Frank. Her actual diary. We're reading it. So, if you want to partake, I definitely suggest you read the diary of Anne Frank. She's a beautiful mind, and it's a tragedy that we don't have her with us currently, because she lost her life. She was killed in a concentration camp. Very sad stuff. But I'm gonna read a book about Kobe Bryant in the future. I'm gonna read a book about Ronda Rousey. If she hasn't already put one out, I don't know if she put one out. Like, these people, great people, I'm gonna read a book about them. Why don't we do that? Why don't we like applaud them as they take their final bow? That's what we should do. So, you guys, you have been listening to the Outlet Podcast, and I just want to let you know where you can find me. You can go to Twitter at Outlet Podcast, on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Outlet Podcast. Subscribe, and that's where I post a lot of my stuff. My blog from WordPress, outletpodcast.wordpress.com. It goes to the Facebook, so you get updates there. On YouTube, you'll find all this stuff, all my vlogs, and I put my audio up there too. Preferably, I want you to listen to the RSS feeds. So subscribe to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/outlet-podcast. Or you can find me on Stitcher or iTunes. Just search Outlet Podcast. At this moment, you guys, Google Music has introduced podcasts, and I have been selected to be a part of the podcasts that are involved in Google Play. So that's really exciting. So you guys, this is where I am. I would love for you to just continue to join me on this show. So you guys, I'm your electrician, Gazy, and you have been listening to the Outlet Podcast, episode 15. Connect and recharge. All right, you guys. So it was actually a pleasure. Whoa, it's a pleasure that you guys stuck around. I'm really grateful for that. So what I usually do is on Periscope. I put up on Periscope, but like tomorrow I'm gonna get a nice new webcam. So I'm gonna try to start using YouTube to vlog. But I don't mind Periscope at the moment. So just to let you guys see what's going on. Got my SAO, because I love SAO. Sword Art Online is amazing. I even got a figure right here. Boom. Wait, you can't see that. Boom. Sinon. She's really cool. Really, really cool character. Apart from that, got my DBZ. Goku. I don't think he can beat Superman. I don't think so. But he's still cool. And I think he's an inspiring hero. He's an amazing superhero. Apart from that, just show you guys... Got my Harley Quinn. The Bruce Timm version. She's awesome. I love Harley Quinn as a character. She deserves to get like props. She's actually a doctor in psychology. Actually, if you actually think about it, a lot of the villains that Batman faces are doctors. You got Mr. Freeze. He's a doctor. Scarecrow. He's also a doctor in like psychology. Harley Quinn, doctor as well. So Batman faces some smart people. So apart from that, so you got my poster right up here. Boom. got my comic books. I love these. I love these. So right up here, pull this one down. This, the death of Gwen Stacy. Spider-Man's first love. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue 121. One of my prized possessions. I love Spider-Man, and the fact that his like first love is gone. Wow, it's wow. You know, apart from that, got Mad Love. Got Mad Love here. Not for you. Well, yeah, for you guys. Mad Love, Harley Quinn. I think it's the third printing of Harley Quinn's origin story. So that's what I've been doing. You guys, it's a pleasure to actually have you listening to the podcast and viewing on Periscope. Thank you very much. Find me on all the social media and interact with me. And it was a blessing. You guys take care. Connect and recharge.